Hello guys, welcome back. We are in game number 3. We're about to start game number 3 between IBM and Amazon. The score is currently tied up to 1-1. Our first non-3-0 cast. We're so excited. And I am Maynarde. With me is Zepph, as you can see with our little Twitter addresses down here from the overlay. Please follow us if you do enjoy the casts and in the competition as well. So let's jump straight into this game. We are going to have, I think Howling City is the map. It's the snowy map in Heart of the Swarm. We're just going to jump straight in here. And let's kick this into gear in the bottom left of Howling Peaks, I believe it is called. This is Zimbus, someone we've seen already from Team Amazon in the bottom left there. And in the top right, our Zerg from IBM. Who is this, Zepph?
This is the blue Zerg Shisaku.
Shisaku. All right. I don't know if you guys saw the... if you guys want to just quickly pause the cast and check out the AHGL website, or if even if you're watching this cast via the AHGL website, if you go see the IBM team photos, those guys are stone-cold face killers. Not a single smile to be found in that team, and they're wearing their shirts with the top button done up with the black tie. They just look like killer nerds. Yeah. Oh, they mean business. They want to win this AHGL. Doesn't matter if it's not DreamHack or IM or whatever, but they are meaning business, and they've come here to win, Zepph. Of course, not to say that Amazon haven't either. Amazon are a bit of a veteran of the AHGL scene. They've been in a couple seasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to see which team comes on top and what kind of opening we're going to see here. Now, already it looks like Zimbus is going to Forge Fast Expand. Does have that pylon on the low ground. If you're going to one gate expand, it always makes sense to me to do it up on the top of the ramp just in case. So
super excited to see what we're going to see in Protoss territory in particular, because that's when the builds are going to take a little bit of an interesting turn first. So I mean, what did we see in that first game? We saw some early Zealot pressure into double Stargate Void Ray.
That's right, 2 gateways with a 7 or 8 minute cyber core. It was so late that it was disgusting. And two Stargates followed up after the Cybernetics core. Not a single Stalker was made. It was just a couple Zealots and then Mass Void and a Phoenix to beef it up as well, to lift up Queens and such. And then the Stalkers started to come out, and it was straight into Colossus Tech to deal with that inevitable Hydra response. And nice micro here from Zimbus, denying that hatch for as long as possible. This probe is nearly dead, so he needs to go home.
Yep, Zimbus did go Forge first, so he's not quite as greedy as our last Tusk player, but he will get that Nexus up at a nice timing, having delayed that hatch. It's not going to be too far behind, and that probe is still alive, can scout around, maybe try and block the third, drop some sneaky pylons. Who knows? Sure
can. He's got his shields back. He's ready to take another couple hits for the team.
Yeah.
Shisaku already getting those lings out now. Was actually a standard timing for those lings to come out. Just the couple. He's just going to use them to scout and to kill probes if he manages to om-nom any couple that are too close, getting too fresh to that Zerg base. And the wall in for Zimbus is pretty much done. Cannon about to pop, and the gateway is about to go down as well. And now it's gas time for the Protoss player, so we'll have to wait and see. Only the one gas for now. He could have taken a second, so I think he's going to concentrate on economy a little bit more.
Yeah.
Fast third here from Shisaku.
It's actually interesting that Shisaku went for the fast third, because I'm wondering, with this kind of map where the third is just really out there to defend.
Yeah, it's a tough third for this map. Not like the last map, the Akalon Wastes or Akalon.
Yeah.
You know, the Akalon map. That third's really easy to take. In fact, you have several choices for a third. In this map, you kind of have this southern or southwestern base here from the Zerg. But it's towards your opponent. Generally not what you want to do as a Zerg to take that base. You want to expand away from your opponent. But I actually think that the third under the main is a little bit better. It's just easy to defend. And
it's awkward to pick.
Yeah, there's so many attack paths to the third as well.
Yeah,
it's really really awkward base to hold. But anyway.
It'll be interesting to see as the game evolves if Zergs come up with a way of combating that, you know, a different way to open, so that they don't have to take that early third in case of some sort of super early aggression build. I mean, say the Mothership core came out after like a one gate sort of thing, comes along to that third, there's not going to be all that much to kill it. There may not even be a queen yet, seeing as it would be delayed from seeing a 1 gate expand. So I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what goes on later on in HOTS, but for now we have a second gateway coming down for Zimbus, and everything else is looking pretty darn standard.
Does indeed. very Wings of Liberty-esque. He went to go scout for that third, did manage to get in vision of it, but you can probably safely assume that it is up. That's a pretty standard reaction here. He hasn't seen too many units on the field. Moko is up for Zimbus, and she is heading out for a little bit of a look-see. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Moko can take down Overlords as well, so it'd be a good unit to just sort of patrol around your main a little bit, because there are a couple Overlords having a bit of a look.
Yeah, super annoying. The Ling has spotted that mothership core, however, so wow, excuse me, there's like a Zealot hacking away at some drones in the main here, doing some damage. Not too much, but he does get one worker.
So I actually just want to correct myself. I think that the weapon only targets ground for the mothership core. I just hovered over that and it says targets ground. So excuse me, no Overlord snipes at all. Ignore everything that Maynarde says. And we'll jump straight back into this game. Hopefully Zepph is a lot smarter than I am. I already know she is. Don't even know why I said that.
I took your word for it.
Yeah, take the word for it. So Shisaku is looking pretty standard right now, largely untouched apart from that Zealot attack. How many workers did he kill? Only the one. So no big drama there. Going for that lair.
A Stargate opening once again from the Protoss, and a very early third with basically nothing on the ground. He's got the mothership core and a sentry. That's about it for his entire defense. Okay, 2 sentries and now a Stalker. So he's actually been quite ballsy with this third, and it is the same one that our Zerg players opted to take really far out there.
Yeah, Shisaku's actually going to see this and probably start thinking, if I just make a bowl of Lings, will this third die? And 6 Lings are on the way for him, so maybe he'll try and have a crack at that. Cannons are going to be an issue. The mothership core, of course, can actually recall units to this third as well. It's actually probably a good position for the mothership core to be sitting in. I think recall could be utilized to definitely defend here. And just to mention that when we saw that Stargate go up, I think that in pretty much any matchup, a Stargate open is very strong for the Protoss right now. It has the Oracle, and the new Void Ray is, of course, very strong as well, and Phoenixes are always going to be handy, especially against Zergs. So, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Stargate openers at the early stages of HOTS life, anyway.
Definitely. And particularly considering that he doesn't have all that much on the ground and there's a bunch of units coming, airplay that is harassing back in the base can help keep a Zerg player back there defending and distracted while you take this base and set it.
So a ton of Lings actually just arriving right now to take out the Zealots of this third. Do get that pylon.
Game paused.
And just getting back into the game. Sorry guys, I think I lost Zepph for a little bit there, but we're back.
Yeah, slight lag spike, sorry guys.
No dramas.
Internet is a good thing.
It is indeed. We've been having internet funds all day today, rocking our internet from Australia. And the Oracle has arrived at the third. Let's see how many workers it can get killed here. Doesn't want to target that Queen. 4 workers killed so far. God, this thing kills workers fast. And does get out with its life as well. What a douchebag unit. The Trollicle.
I love that. Trollicle. Wow, it did actually cause quite a reaction though. Hold that thought though. There's some Lings trying to get into the natural, and there's only 3 Stalkers here. The cannon might be able to help out quite a bit though.
Ling's getting a few Stalkers here. That's pretty good for Shisaku. But a nice SimCity here from Zimbus will make sure these Lings don't get too much critical damage done. And as we saw, there was an attack on the third here, but there is enough cannons, I think, to deter the Lings for now. With a couple Zealot Warpins, he should be just fine. Stop position micro here in the mineral line, but too many cannons.
Yeah, it will get pushed out of there, and I do like the fact that Shisaku tried to get something done, tried to exploit the fact that those 2 bases are hard to defend. But unfortunately, Zimba's just too link-proof at the moment, but look, we've got a bunch of mutas getting ready to come out here, and that could do a lot of damage.
Interesting, going for the mutas. He already knows that a Stargate is in play, I think, and he knows that there's Phoenixes as well, so going for mutas when you already know there's Phoenixes out there is very, very risky, but looks like it might actually work out for him. The mutas are beelining across into that main, and all the anti-muta units are actually completely out of position. The Stalker Ball is down by the third, and the mutas are in the main. Only 1 cannon here, Zepph.
Oh, that is not going to be enough. He's going to tear it up in here. Zimbus has only been working off 1 Stargate, so he really doesn't have enough egg units to say anything about this. The Stalkers are desperately trying to come back, but their own SimCity is kind of hurting them.
Stalker's trying to come back on the ground. There was a bit of a recall there to get some units into the main, but the mutas did a lot of damage. How many mutas did he lose? He lost a few. Not a big deal, though. He did actually get quite a few workers, 13 workers killed in that attack.
Yeah, he's continuing to make those, taking a fourth, and at the same time he's now going to try and sweep down towards the third with a bunch of Lings. The Mutas may join them, or he may try and just wait until the army is out of position and move those back over to the natural or into the main once again. But wow, Shishaku looking really, really dominant in dictating the flow of this game.
Oh, this Mothership Core is in trouble. He could snipe that with the Mutas, and he does! The Mothership Core does go down. Oracle heading into its kill everything mode, dropping the vision on the Mutas there. Really nice move from the Protoss to get the vision on those Mutas. Wants to make sure that he sees them wherever they go, but all he's seeing right now is the Mutas killing his own, killing all his stuff, because there's just a critical mass here. He's actually just attacking. He's picking fights with Stalkers. You get that kind of Muta mass, and he just kind of kills everything.
Great moves with that vision. He's just now cleaning up the Lings at the third, but they did take out most of the cannons. Only one remains, and now the Mutas are going to join the fray, and tons of Lings are going to stream in here as well. The Stalker's having such a hard time keeping up with these Mutas. And
just A moves here from Shishaku. Zimbus in big trouble up against the ropes here. The Zerg is just swarming him, as you would imagine they would. This third is completely in shambles. And the Mutas are just picking fights with Stalkers at this point. So many Mutas on the field and not enough Stalkers at this stage.
34 workers killed for our Zerg player. The Protoss having such a tough time, especially without Blink. He's got some high temps out right now, but they don't have Storm just yet. He's going to have to turn those into Archons, but is it too little too late?
And he had to make a lot of Zealots to deal with an incredible Ling count down here at the third, and he just doesn't have the bank to be able to make enough Stalkers to deal with this.
Yeah, he's going to try and go for a counterattack with some Zealots up towards the fourth location, but the Mothership Core got sniped again, this time by a Corruptor.
Oh dear. It's just relentless aggression here from Shishaku. And can it seal the deal? Zimbus will need to make these Zealots do the impossible here. I'm not sure what he can get done, but they are split up nicely. They will go for attack on the fourth and the third, but meanwhile, his third is dead. And this Archon's actually in a really good position here, but there's just not enough Archons. This Natural is in big trouble, just like the third, and this could actually be curtains pretty shortly for Zimbus.
Yeah, there's just far too much Zerg here. There's only really probes left. GG comes down from Zimbus.
Alright, solid game number 3 there from IBM, taking the lead 2-1 over Amazon. Shishaku with some pretty crazy Ling and Muta aggression there. Still a pretty solid unit composition against Protoss, I think. And how do you feel about that game, Zepph?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I thought it was a really cool way to deal with the one Stargate. And given how much he had and how little damage he took, it might have even worked against double Stargate. So I'm really interested to see how that style might evolve if we get to see a few more of his games further down the line. But that's not to take anything away from our Protoss player, who put up a very valiant effort dealing with Mutas on a very awkward map.
He did indeed. I did mention in the cast that I thought that the fact that he went for Mutas after seeing Phoenixes on the field was a little bit interesting, but he did actually completely pull it off. He caught him completely with his pants down. He did not expect Mutas at all, which I think the Protoss really should at the moment in Heart of the Swarm, with Mutas with that speed buff and that regeneration buff. They're just such a strong unit, and when they get that critical mass and they're just fighting Stalkers, it's Doomtown for the Protoss player. Alright, well, we'll jump into game number 4 pretty shortly, guys. Hope you're enjoying the cast so far. And we'll see you in that game.